Hi, my name is Philip Brunton and I welcome you to this video entitled Cleaning and Storing Your Clarinet. When you're not playing your clarinet, and it's not in its case, I recommend that you put on its mouthpiece cap. That'll protect the mouthpiece and the reed. Okay? Now after you've done your playing, you'll want to clean your clarinet. There'll be moisture inside the clarinet. You want to take good care of the clarinet and the pads and the holes around it. So, if you open up your case, hopefully you'll have some sort of cleaning cloth, what I call a pull-through swab. You'll see this one is like a hanky size piece of cloth attached, sewn onto a ribbon or a piece of string, and then a weight at the end. Okay? Make sure there's no knots before you pull that through your clarinet. Okay? Now, the first thing you'll do, take your cap off, carefully take off your ligature, unscrewing screws, and carefully take the ligature off. And then the reed off, holding the reed from the thicker part. Okay? Now, the reed will have some moisture on it, so you can just gently wipe that off like that. Okay? And then return that to your reed case. Many different types of reed cases. Here's one where a flat part will lay on a flat table inside this. A tip goes in first. Okay, just like that. And pushing it through, not too tight, just enough that it's not going to fall out, but it's snug. Okay, that can return back to the case. The mouthpiece, holding from the barrel, twist and turn the mouthpiece off, being careful as the tip of the mouthpiece is very thin and it can break easily. Giving that a wipe. You can even put your cleaning cloth through the mouthpiece. Give it a little bit of wipe. Some of them will go all the way through. Okay, so we've wiped that. Ligature carefully back on as if you're putting the clarinet together. Cap carefully back on to protect the tip of the mouthpiece, and that can go back in its appropriate place. Okay, now the rest of the clarinet you can leave all together. Take the weighted end, making sure there's no knots in the string, putting it through the bell all the way through the clarinet. Okay, grab down from below here, get a good grip of the string and pull it through like this. That's right, it goes through. You can do that a couple times. Right, whenever you're holding the clarinet, to remind if you're holding it from the upper joint, we use our left hand palm over those tone holes. That gives us a nice good grip, taking off the barrel. There might be still a bit of moisture in there. You can give it a shake and you can wipe the joints. And return that to its appropriate place. Holding the lower joint with the right hand over the cups, the palm, and getting a good grip. Twisting and turning the bell off. Again, if there's any moisture, you can give it a bit of shake and wipe the cloth. Turn the bell back to its place. And finally, still holding there, and the other hand palm over those tone holes. Twist and turn back and forth, little motions like that. Remember where that joining mechanism is here if you watched the earlier video on assembling your clarinet. Twisting and turning back and forth. And if there's any moisture, you can shake that a bit. Give the joints a little clean cloth. Okay, and you can even wipe around the tone holes. And they can be put in its appropriate places. You know, there's a longer and the second longest piece. You can tell which shape. There they go. Okay, make sure everything fits snug. It's in its appropriate places. Remember, tone holes are facing up. The cleaning cloth can be returned to its case and then closed. Don't jam it if it's not closing. Find out if there's a part not all the way in correctly. The other thing is I advise not to put music in the case or practice books, anything extra. The instrument's made specially to fit a group of reeds, so cleaning equipment and the instrument. It'll be a nice snug fit. Close that up. Make sure the latches are completely closed. We don't want to be opening up the case to find it all falls out. So making sure everything's closed completely. Finally, a few words about storing your instrument. You'll notice the case is not made of titanium steel, so be just as careful with the case as you would with your clarinet. When you go to school and talk to your teacher about the appropriate storage room to find out where that's going to go and if there's a keyed or a code lock that you need to know. What I would recommend with an instrument this size is in these storage rooms at schools, make sure you put it on a shelf, because on busy days you can get lots of bigger instruments and lots of people passing through in the storage room and they get trampled on. So put it up higher on a storage shelf with your music. You'll find some cases have locks with keys. My recommendation is not to use them. They'll only protect people from getting in the case. They won't protect somebody from actually taking the case themselves. And what happens when you lose your keys? Many times a student will go to a lesson that they forgot their keys. So best to store those keys in a safe place. I would also recommend you to write down the serial number on the clarinet. You'll find the serial number etched in the wood on one of the joints. A couple of the joints will have those. So you can write that down and keep that in a safe place. Parents, you might want to check your home and contents insurance to see if the instrument's covered there, and you might want to speak to your school to see if it's covered when it's at school in the storage. So that's everything you need to know about cleaning and storing your clarinet. Your teacher will get you started with any more information that you need from there. So I leave you with that piece of information and wish you great luck on your musical journey. Bye for now.